Okay, access modifier I have taken a default, then static, void method name. If else demo I'm showing. So if demo we have seen already. So if else demo we are seeing. I'm just declaring a few local variables. So data type, variable name equal to 40, comma B equal to 30, C equal to 100. So these are the three variables we declared. And I want to check logical OR operators, logical AND operators. So if A greater than 10 or B greater than 12, so then you can simply say I'm inside this expression, you block, then print A value. Else, for example, if this condition is false, the code will come into this block. So that's how it will execute. Next, I'm checking the logical AND operator. Okay, so this is the logical AND operator. So if A less than 10, what is the value? 40. 40 less than 10. So what is the output here?
False.
False. B, what is the B? 30 greater than 12. So what is this output?
True.
True. False and true.
False.
False. False means what is the cursor will come here? In this area. Okay, else block. Else block, it will come and execute these two statements. So it will skip this if block completely if the condition is false. If condition is true, if block will execute and else block will skip. Only one block will execute at a time, not both. Okay. So that's the how if else statements will be executed. Next. So anyhow, you have written already get BMI, double get BMI. So we already did this same. Let me explain for other people also. You have done this. So double BMI. So I have taken this and get BMI, double weight and double height. So calculating the BMI based on the weight and height. So a BMI, so initially you are declaring as a 0.0, that's a double value. So BMI equal to weight divided by height multiplied by height. So then you will get a BMI value. If BMI is less than or equal to 18.5, so and then your BMI is to this one and you are underweight. Else if, so BMI is greater than 18.5 and BMI is less than or equal to 25, then your BMI is this one, you have a normal weight. Else if, so BMI greater than 25 and BMI less than or equal to 30, then your BMI is this one and you are slightly overweight. Else if, so BMI greater than 30 and so BMI is less than or equal to 35, then your BMI is so this one and you are obese. Else if BMI is greater than 35, then your BMI is this one and you are clinically obese. Else your BMI is out of scope. So that's how you can develop the one and return the BMI. So this is the nested if else code we can develop. So basically nested if else we are writing. And switch case. So you develop other methods like some other switch case, like printing characters. So all those things you can develop those methods. Okay. Next, I want to prepare a calculator. Calculator means you have mathematical operations, right? So mathematical operations we are going to do. So double D1 and D2, two local variables we declared. And you need to give D1 and D2 and operator. So which operator you want to use in between these two variables. So plus or minus or multiplication or division, which one you want to use. So that's the operator means. Basically mathematical operators. So, and I'm going to do that. If you give plus, this should sum up these two numbers and you have to store in the result variable. The output of these two. If you give minus, so these two will be subtracted, that output will be stored in the output variable. If you give multiplication, these two will be multiplied and that output will be stored in the output variable. So like this, same thing for division also. Sorry. But you have to supply this D1 and D2 value, right? And this operator, how you will supply from keyboard? One way is through parameters, right? You can give parameters, but I am not giving here parameters. But I want to supply D1, D2 value while running the program. How can I supply? So this is a very important concept. Please pay attention. So to supply the parameter values, any variable values at runtime, you have to use a scanner class. So scanner class is already a ready-made class, which is available in java.util package. This class has methods, all the return type methods, which takes the data from the keyboard and stores in these variables. So that's what, if you want a double, you have a next double method. If you want integer, you have a next int method you have to use. You want to take a string type data, you have a next method. Or a next, if you want a float values, you call the next float method. So which return the float data. Next method which returns the string data. So basically these are all return type methods. So you know return type methods how to call, right? So these are all non-static methods from this scanner class. So if you want to use this non-static method, what you need to do from this class, how can you use particular class non-static methods? What is the procedure?
You create an object.
Create an object for this class. Then object reference dot, all these methods, whichever the method you want, you call. Right? That's the procedure. That's what we learned in the last classes. So, and you develop with the integer numbers, okay? I developed for a float, double, right? You write for a method you create. So prepare a calculator for integer numbers. And I created a double, but you created integer numbers. Now I'm going to create an object for the scanner class. Scanner scobj equal to new scanner and system.in. What is meant by system.in?
Inputting.
You are inputting. So you are inputting from the keyboard. That's a system.in. So for this class object, you're inputting the data. So that's what system.out.println, enter D1 value. I declared here. Did I assign a value here for this D1 and D2?
No.
And operator, we didn't assign a value. Now I am assigning a value. D1 equal to, that means a D1 value I'm giving. scovj dot next double. Whatever the value you entered in the keyboard, that will take and assigning to D1. In the same way, enter D2 value. So D2 equal to scovj dot next double. So it will, so D2 value, next second value, whatever you enter, that will go and store in the D2 variable. Right? How you are getting the data? So if it is a double, next double. If it is integer, next int. If it is a float, next float. So if it is a long, next long. If it is a string, what is the method you have to call? Next method. So that's the next one is you need to enter the operator. You entered a D1 and D2 values you have given already. Now you need to enter operator value. So how you can enter? So using scovj dot next method. But we want a character, right? scovj dot next will give you string. But you want a character from that string. String means what? A group of characters. Am I right or not?
Yes.
String means a group of characters. That group of characters, from that group of characters, you have to take one character. How can you take? So that is the string method you have to use. That is caret method. And you give, okay, which index character you want. Which index character you want, you tell that. So which index character you want, you tell that. That's the how you can so supply the data. Caret of 0. So operator. So from this string, you are getting a first character. 0 means first character index. So like this, you see this, I have given an example here. String class